What's up, guys? Welcome into the Funshop Podcast. We are streaming to you live from Los Angeles, California. What's up, Greg? How you feeling today?
Feeling all right. You know, had better days, but also had worse days. So
Okay.
I can't.
It's not saying much, but all right.
Yeah,
I feel you.
yeah. I'm here. I'm alive. So I think that's all that matters.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know if they're doing podcasts from the beyond yet.
From the beyond, I don't know about all
podcasts from the beyond.
From like the great beyond, like from beyond the grave.
Yeah, like beyond the grave, beyond the
That might be on a different
podcast
frequency.
in the sky. Yeah, maybe.
What are we talking about?
The great
podcast in the sky. Man, okay. Today's episode 39. Another great April Fools. Happy April Fools Day.
Yeah, happy April Fools. I hate April Fools.
Why? Because you feel like an extra fool? You feel more like a fool than usual?
It's just everybody trying so hard to be funny. It's like it's so like, you know, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, oh yeah, I really believe that you're, you know, putting out like, I don't know, it's like all these restaurants are like, oh, I just sold my collection, or I'm getting, you know, it's like, especially in the collector realm, it's always like, oh, you know, I had to sell everything, it sucks, and it's like April Fools, or it's like, hey, look, I bought this box at a yard sale, and it had a PSA 10 Michael Jordan rookie, and I bought it for $1, and it's like,
I think you're either...
and it's like always like people are like, dude, really? And then it's like, check the date, dude. April 1st, oh my God.
You know, at least it's only once a year, okay?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, though, I'd like I was telling you earlier, like you said something to me, like I was mad at something. You were like,
yeah, if it's not this, it's going to be something else, right?
Something else. Yeah, I'm just like, I guess I'm just like a hater. I just don't know how to have fun, and you know, I'm just like,
it's a choice.
It's a choice.
It's a daily choice.
It's a daily choice. Yeah, yeah. It's like it's a weird day though. It's like it's funny too because somebody was talking about yeah, I hate to sort of bring it up, but like, did you ever know that comic book artist Ed Piskor?
No, maybe I recognize his art. The name sounds familiar, but I can't.
Yeah, supposedly he had like some Me Too thing happened or something. I don't know, but okay, you know, it was like all these people were like coming at him on the internet, so he killed himself.
Okay,
and then people are like and then I saw someone right today like the internet killed him, and I'm thinking like, you know, like, you know. Look, it's a hard topic, but like, you know, it's like you have like you have a choice to, you know, everything you do is a choice.
Yes.
You know, and tomorrow's another day.
Yes.
And so, you know, if you're ever that depressed and you ever think it's like, you know, they always just say, you know, there's always like that. You know, I used to never, not that I never made fun of it, but I would always like, wait, it's like, what's the point of like a suicide hotline, right?
Some people don't have anyone to talk to.
Well, that's what I realized. I realized that, you know, it's like suicide. It's like one of those things that's like, you know, it's like instantaneous. Like there's that documentary.
It's not always instantaneous. But...
Well, what I mean is there's like no do-overs. Right. And so like supposedly there's that. Well, I mean, I guess there is. There's that documentary they made about the people that tried to commit suicide by jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay.
And it's always like, you know, the people that survive, right? Or there are people that survive, and they're always like, their biggest thing is like, as soon as they jumped, it was like instant regret.
Because it's scary, because then you're suddenly faced with the fear, you know?
Yeah, so it's like one of those things where like, I guess the point is like, you know, when you do something like that, it happens in such an instant, and it's like, I get it, but it's like, you know, if you could go back and like stop yourself, like you probably would. So I think the goal is to just like figure out a way to survive. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And not blame other people for someone else's actions. You know what I mean? It's like, I think that's a kind of a... Anyways, I know it's like, that's kind of like a dark way to start.
No, I mean, it's real, and it's things we all go through. And I mean, honestly, I mean, knowing our audience is usually, it's mostly like what, you know, 35 to 55-year-old men, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of us aren't in relationships anymore. You know, it can be tough. And like as guys, like, I mean, you've seen it on the internet too. Like nobody cares about men, you know,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like we got to either learn how to take care of ourselves or like have a support system or figure something out.
Yeah, I think it's harder too because I think there's this, whatever, man. I mean, I think there's just a lot of, there's a lot. It's really easy to sort of set yourself up for, in some ways, it's like the advice is like maybe stay off the internet.
Stay off the internet.
The internet is gonna like.
I'll tell you this. I said this to somebody I met on Sunday too. It's like we have the choices on Instagram, but we choose not to. Like, if you see something that's violent or negative, you can go and click not interested. That's what I do.
Right.
Not interest all that negative stuff. And when you see positive stuff, you're interested, and then you invite more of that onto your feed, and you get good advice. It's interesting stuff, and I don't know.
No, I mean,
that's all helped me.
Like I'm primarily, I mean, I know Facebook's kind of like an old person act, but I guess I'm old. But I do use it a lot. Most of the stuff I do on Facebook is I buy and sell.
Yeah,
like
marketplace,
different,
of course.
Well, not even marketplace, but like all the different groups,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
ephemera group,
yes,
comic group, this group, that group.
You got
And
right.
The one thing that I really had to do, and I kind of learned this in 2016 was, or I learned it because of was that. I just, I rarely post anything I rarely post anything political online.
Yeah.
And not to say that I haven't before, but I've purposely not just,
right.
Because it's so divisive these days. And I just what I've done is like on Facebook, it's like if anybody posts anything like political, not everybody, but generally speaking, anyone that posts anything political, I just mute them.
Right.
Because I'm just like, I don't need it either way. Like whether I agree with it or I don't agree with it, it's like Facebook and online in general is like the worst place to get into like an argument with somebody.
Absolutely.
And so, so it's like I've had to, so like with Facebook, it's like I forced it so I don't see politics.
Right.
And I don't care. Like, I mean, there's still some people I follow, but generally, but also too, because I know a lot of these people, even if I don't agree with them politically, I know in person it would be totally different. Right. So there's just like no point, But
there is no point. Yeah, there is no point. I don't invite any of that into
I would rather see April Fool's jokes than political posts.
There you go. Now you're thinking positive.
If one had to be worse than the other, I would say, definitely go with the April Fools before politics.
Yeah. Before politics, before any sort of violence, fights, and stuff like that. And we're so naturally drawn into the violence, but you need to get that off.
Like I saw someone on Facebook today, and I it's funny because I commented on it, and it was sort of like somebody was like posted and I guess it's kind of like it sort of like fits into our podcast because it has to do with collectibles. But they were showing, I don't know, there was something showing that the guy who owns NECA or something was like a Trump supporter.
Okay. Oh.
And he also owns like Kid Robot and like these other things. So they were like, just so you know, like if you buy Kid Robot or NECA, you're supporting someone who supports Trump. And so I just wrote back, I was like, well, you probably should just stop buying things in general.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's funny, like when people are just like they make these posts and I'm thinking like, so you're telling... So like, because it goes into this thing like where, we kind of seem to be like learning, you learn things about people, right? And then it changes your opinion of them.
Of course.
And, it's like, you sometimes think, okay, like if I knew the personal beliefs of like every artist, every creator, at a certain point, it's kind of like, it's like one extreme or another, it's like if people, there's like extreme people in religion, right? It's like, okay, if like you're a Christian, it's like, you're only gonna like, there's people that like only listen to Christian music, only watch Christian movies, only watch, only thing it's like this, everything else, it's like nothing, and I guess it kind of makes sense because it's your religion. But it's like if it's just your feelings, like who cares? Like really, like if you think about every company that owns everything, And look, you could try, you could do your best, but I have a feeling this person that's posting it is not even buying anything from NECA or Kid Robot as it is.
Yeah, they're just tapping into something, a hot topic of the day.
It's just a hot topic, and they just want to get a response.
It'll be another thing tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, they're just always looking for the hot topic of like, And
I think if anything, that's like made me like, unfortunately, it's made me want to post less on social media because I really like. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to like virtue signal, right? Which is like kind of what everybody sort of started doing and what everyone does.
They think it's an identity, right? Because there's zero personalities trying to look for an identity. So they grab onto any hot topic and try to,
they want what's the word? They want engagement.
Yeah.
And so it's like
the lives are boring.
It may be. Yeah, I don't know.
I know so. I feel like my life was like that for a long time, So it's like you can only find an outlet online or,
Right, yeah.
So a lot of people's lives are like that because they don't have the time or the means or, the personality to go out and do things. And sometimes.
But I also remember, too, that it's like, I also try to remember, okay, this person is on Facebook posting this stuff. So
that's right.
Yeah, they obviously like. To take time out of your day to post that must mean that you don't have much to do.
That's right.
So that's kind of how to look at it. So I usually don't even comment, but I just thought it was fun. I mean, it wasn't even a negative thing. It was kind of true. It's like, well, look, maybe you should just like not buy anything.
That's right.
Because then it's like you can't worry about supporting. It's
you can't even drink water or, you can breathe the air maybe.
Maybe not. I guess it depends where you live.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
I
mean, 2026, right?
Look, I get it. I mean, there's companies that I don't buy from out of principle, but I don't need to like get on like a soapbox and tell people about it.
I don't even care about that anymore. It's like, if I like the way this chicken sandwich tastes, I'm going to buy it.
Well, that's, honestly, too, you bring up chicken. I mean, that's the other part. Like, because I was just thinking about that. I was like thinking about how like.
Chicken?
Well, just like, I think a lot about, I think about like factory farming a lot. Like that's the main reason that I became vegan was because
you think about it a lot. You got nothing to do. You just sitting there thinking about that.
Well, no, it's not about that. But I think what it is I just think our society, like we're just so like not, like I just think like America in general, we're just, we're so used to convenience.
Yeah.
And, it's like we just, to the point where like, you can put poison in your body, right?
And I do.
And you do, and we all do. But then, like, I guess argue with someone who chooses not to put the poison in their body.
Oh, more power to them.
What?
The people that, don't put poison in their body.
Right.
I feel like that's a discipline, right? It's hard to be disciplined.
But it's like almost like it's like a choice, right? And so, I don't know. I just think that there's so many things that are so messed up in the world.
Yes.
That if you're going to have to get behind something, like, I don't know, just get behind something that's like makes more sense than like telling someone not to buy Kid Robot because like the owner supports Trump. I mean, half the country like voted for Trump. And, I think now people aren't even, I think the one thing, and not to get too much into politics, but I think the one thing that Trump taught everybody, and then, like 4 years of Biden, who was like, welcome, like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like everyone always thought that there was like someone else behind the scenes, right? And with Biden, it's like, okay, well, there's obviously somebody else because this guy can barely walk.
Yeah.
And then you have Trump, who's like a complete lunatic, but is kind of like just like he's overtly like just trying to like it seemingly just try to destroy the country. So then you're just like, well, what's the point of any of this? Like, we're just like, we're kind of effed. Like, it's just like, you kind of like, there's no, I don't want to say there's no hope, but there kind of isn't. Like, we're kind of just like left to sort of, remain in this weird world that we've created for ourselves. And, the only thing that's left is the end, I guess.
I don't know. I think we just need to shift perspectives and like maybe we've been in America too long. Go live in
I'm talking about I'm talking about specifically from America. I just think that there's this like, the things that sort of get people going are just always kind of interesting to me.
I feel like it's a sort of like form of like I don't know anything about mind control or anything like it, but right. I feel like there's experts and I feel like they've tapped into us where it's like it's all mind control on how to get us to spend money on to buy certain things. Oh, yeah. Right?
No, I mean, that's it. I mean, we're all basically like, I think it's the other problem too, is I think we all feel like, we have this, you know, I feel like the more that you're online, the less freedom you actually have.
The less you are online, the more freedom you have. Amen to that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, essentially, it's like we've created. I mean, we've given up all. We have no privacy anymore. I mean, it's like, I mean, I was talking to my buddy who's been using. He was using the Google AI Gemini, and like, which is like the, you know, like just one of the ones, the paid thing. And dude, he was like, all this information he was able to gather about like other people. Like he was looking into this, like, I guess it's public, but it was like this there's some court case he was following or something. But he was able to get so much information, and you know, to the point where he's just like, dude, we're all screwed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like it's like there's no, like, privacy does not exist anymore. Like if you're online at all, you have no, you know, you have, your privacy is gone.
Yeah. I don't know what the big deal about privacy is. My life is not so interesting where I need to keep it private. I can understand where they need like beautiful women need it and stuff like that, you know, but like I don't need it.
Well, I think that's how most people think. Like you don't need it until you do, right? And I think that's the case with everything. I mean, I think it's like,
I love the attention. Please spy on me.
Yeah. No, I understand that too. I mean, I think that's the easiest thing to say is like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, so who cares?
Yeah.
Right. But then I guess it comes to the point where it's like,
but I don't want my bank information to be out there.
Well, I think
like
that's
that, right?
I think that's the biggest. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah. Right.
You know, and it's just like, to me, that's the scariest part, is that, you know, we're still sort of in a society where we have control of like our money, you know, where like we could still get cash out of the ATM. My
mom still controls my bank account.
But you know what I mean? Like,
thanks, Mom.
Your mom doesn't like work for the bank. You know what I mean? Like, it's like your bank account, like, you know, you could be like, if tomorrow, you know, your bank account just said zero,
right?
And they were like, oh, there's nothing we could do. You're like, no, but I had the money. And you're like, well, no, it was just like a bunch of numbers on a screen.
They're going to work it into like something with like, you know, with criminals and shutting off their money and being, you know, like if all the money's tied to that. I think
the thing that scares me the most, though, is people, you know, is getting like censored by speech. And that's the thing that I'm most scared about, is not that you're, you know, that's the thing, right? Is like, you know, the problem is that, like, you're not doing anything wrong. There's no reason, but then, you know, something happens where you're just like, I don't know. But I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean that something happens? There's no free speech?
No, there is now, but I'm saying like there are situations where
I think that the public, I think we are policing ourselves more than the government is. You know what I mean? Like people are losing their jobs, not because of the government or the or any sort of law cracking down on what they're saying. It's someone with a cell phone recording them, and then people doxing them, and then them getting fired from their job or something. You know, so it's freedom, like from being arrested or being a criminal, right? That's what the freedom is. But we're totally policing ourselves and snitching on each other, and like, I don't know, it's messed up. So it's like you can't, like my fortune cookie said, is like, you know, your mind's got to be quicker than your mouth. And I think that's what my fortune said today. And I think a lot of people get emotional, and they just shuts off the it's just like emotions straight out the mouth, and like they don't use their brain or anything. And I don't know, that's how we are. I know, especially on airplanes and fast food lines for some reason.
What? You think that's when people
I see people snap, you know, because they even said, like, you know, in Super Size Me, they're like, or is it somewhere they said, like, you know, there's some sort of drug effect that fast food has on our brains, you know, with the meat and the melted cheese and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I think, like, when people are, like, looking for their fix at the fast food and, like, something happens and they can't get it, it's like they just snap.
Yeah, that's always crazy to me. Like, when you see those, like, videos of people, like, they're like, this person was, like, murdered just because she didn't, you know, like this fast food worker was murdered because the woman's fries were cold.
Right. Oh my gosh.
You know, and I'm thinking like, look, you know, I get it, but it's like, I think it's one of those things, like, you get put in this situation where you just expect things to work, right? Like, you just expect to show up, and you want people to care as much as you do.
On Dr. Phil, it's called a violation of expectation.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's like you expect one thing and it gets violated. So a violation of expectation.
Yeah.
I caught that on Dr. Phil. It helps.
No, that's true. Yeah, no, it is because it's like, it's in that situation too where I think the other problem is like then if like something is wrong, you kind of sometimes even get like nervous to speak up because you don't want to have that.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like the Karen.
You don't want to be the nail that sticks out or the squeaky wheel, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I'm like that.
Yeah.
Just grin.
But it's like, like I had an issue like at Starbucks like a couple weeks ago, and then I was just like, I'm just not going to go to Starbucks for a while.
Yeah. Actually, I went in and they I got like a cold brew or a nitro cold brew and there was ice in it and the one I ordered shouldn't have ice.
Right.
And I like looked at it weird and I asked them and I'm friendly enough with them. I'm in there every day where it's like, oh, they'll change it for me real quick. Not a big deal. It's not like they have to do an espresso deal. It's like, a little bit more cold brew, a little bit more cream.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I don't know. I think it's also too like I think people think they can do a better job than other people.
Oh gosh.
Like
prove it, right?
Yeah. Well, they don't because like every day, right? It's like I go to Sprouts. They don't have a limit on the self checkout, so somebody could have 100 items and they don't say anything, right? And to me, it should be like 12 items or less.
Yeah, 15.
But 15. But then I see people with like a cart of groceries, and I'm just like, what? And then the worst is like when you see people and they can't ring stuff up right or they can't weigh it, and you're like. The whole reason for this is for people that know how to use it. Like if you don't know how to check out groceries, then go with someone that's getting paid to do it so that you don't ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah, or maybe they're just slow. But no, I get what you're saying.
But I think it's also like, but it's just sort of like how, it's like I feel like how some humans just like they just don't think about other people or where they are. They just don't think.
Right.
Let
me ask you this. That Sprouts checkout, does it have a hand scanner?
No. Not yet.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah,
right?
They have them at Amazon at Whole Foods.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have them other places.
Those
too.
hand scanners are the game changer. Because
that's such a bad idea.
Sometimes I'll go with more than 15 items, but I mean I know what I'm doing at the self checkout, and I'm a quick draw without scanner. It's just beep 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 beep, and I'll be done in 2 seconds, and I'll move my cart to the side and bag it up later, But we're just smarter than average people, I guess. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're the smart ones on April Fools. On April Fool's Day, everyone else can be the fools. We'll be the smart ones for the day.
Right.
Today, we're smarter than everyone else.
Maybe it's just because I can't even think of a good April Fool's joke. I guess I could have been like, you could have been like, how you doing today, Greg? And I'd be like, oh, dude, I'm so good. I haven't felt this good in years.
Right? No,
April Fools.
Panda Express should have joke fortune cookies on April Fools of like, that wasn't chicken.
I think the bigger, it would be like, that wasn't tofu.
Right now.
That wasn't tofu.
Right.
That was a toe from a foot.
Toe
foot.
Toe foot.
Did you go to any flea markets this weekend?
Oh, come on, we know the answer to that. I didn't go to any flea markets. I did. We went to the LA Card Show.
That's right.
I did go to the flea market. That was our
Saturday
daytime thing that I went to.
Yeah, that was cool. It was like, we got a little that was my first time to the Intuit Dome.
My first time to I didn't see any Eskimos.
Intuit.
Yeah,
it was cool. I mean, it's hard. I'm curious. Like it looked like that venue in general. I think it was tough to see like what the amount of people there because it was so spread out.
Yeah, it's huge.
That like I think it was pretty busy though.
It was busy. It looked like it was nonstop. I want to say we showed up around lunchtime. So maybe maybe we missed the morning rush, and
I think we walked in
like
right before noon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so maybe I don't know if there's eateries around there. I didn't take a good look at the arena fair as far as food goes, but I don't know. Maybe there were like
they did have that kind of like. I noticed that was like one of those things where you almost had to like scan your card to go in the restaurant. There was something like that. Did you notice that? Like
I did notice. Yeah, there was like a partition kind of thing to get in.
Yeah, a partition because it looked. I think it was one of those situations where you just like there was probably nobody working a counter.
Oh, and you just had to. So
you have to kind of scan it yourself. Wow. So there was like somebody at the door. And
maybe I should have wanted to check it out. I didn't want to be tempted because we went to Ike's, right?
Did we go to Ike's afterwards?
I think we went to Ike's afterwards, but let's not get into that yet because we're on to we're talking about Intuit.
Did we go to? Oh yeah, no wait, did we go to Ike's? Yeah, because we went to the one.
Yeah, we went to the one by my house in Monrovia.
No,
because I had to turn on the lights.
Yes, you're right.
I wanted to turn on the lights,
Yeah,
and then we went
so we
back,
went-
and then we went back to your house.
Man, Ike's is they got. I mean that. It's so funny because they're new to us, but I mean,
Yeah.
I love their they have great vegan sandwiches.
Yeah, I was taking a look at the vegetarian menu, and even some of the vegetarian
Yeah.
ones. Like,
Well, I mean, you
look
could just
really
make a ton of their sandwiches vegan, which is awesome, and their
Yeah.
bread is awesome. I love that
good.
bread.
We're going to talk about them every week now.
I did need a little break though. I felt like after a couple.
I did not. I went yesterday.
Yeah, I think the owl I think it's like the owl is my favorite now.
Gotcha.
Handsome owl or something.
It's got the vegan chicken.
It's like vegan chicken, wasabi mayo,
Ooh.
cheese. Well, all vegan, but yeah, that's the taste there. That's a good taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show was good though. I didn't buy any. Did you? I don't think you bought anything either. Did
Bought
you?
a couple of shirts.
Oh, you bought it. Oh, yeah.
Destroyed shirts.
That shirt's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I've been wearing it 4 days straight.
Yeah, no, because I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to like buy cards at shows these days because
It's not our thing.
it's
I mean,
it's also like there's nothing. It's not that it's. I mean, I'm still collecting cards, but it's like very specific stuff, and so it's like the odds are that I probably won't see it, but
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I told you when we were at the show, when I walk through those things, it's like I got the Nada glasses on from They Live.
oh yeah.
All I see are pieces of paper, just pieces of cardboard
just paper
everywhere.
that says like consume.
The images, whatever, they don't even like call to me. I just see like paper.
Well, and it's sad because I think that's sort of what I think collecting is becoming to a lot of people because they're just, I don't know, you get burnt out, I guess, from
I like the real things now. Like that's why I like some of the historical items are so interesting. There's just a weight that never disappears. It's not like a fabricated pop culture thing. Like Beanie Babies or Pops. Like we have to invest some sort of we all have to agree on it. Some stuff it's like, ooh, we get divided on it, but it is what it is, and it's like there's no arguing on it. So it's like I mean, even like the precious metals, like there's some things that are just undeniable what they are,
Yeah.
And it's like, if it's not in pop culture where it's like, we fabricate that value.
Well, again, I think also it's just, I think it comes to spending like less time on the internet, right? Because it's like, honestly, if you actually went around and looked at cards, I'm sure there was stuff that I would be interested in. It was just that the majority of it was stuff that I wasn't, like Pokemon.
The majority was Pokemon.
I don't even think I saw
that much sports. It was more Pokemon than sports, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, that's
the one table that I like the most that caught my eye, besides Merlin's table.
Oh
of
yeah,
course.
Merlin. Yeah.
I forgot his name. I should have brought his card. It was the guy that he makes his own card cases and wallets and stuff out of like old baseball.
Oh,
gloves.
that was really cool. Yeah, I saw you talking to him
because I carry a card, a card billfold wallet type. It's not it's a card clip, money clip thing, and
right.
He had some of those. I thought that was interesting, and it's like he makes them himself. He repurposes like high end leathers too. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought I was like looking at that. Not that I needed a wallet or a base or a leather glove wallet, but I mean, talk about that would be like a great gift for somebody.
That's
what I mean?
No kidding,
like,
right?
Like
I would love to find a Dodger player, like a wallet thing. Give that to my dad. I don't think it was made from that player's actual glove. I think it's just their signature glove. Right.
Yeah.
But still interesting. If you have a, what's his name? Who's that Japanese guy that everybody loves?
Otani.
Otani, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yamamoto.
I don't know his
Otani?
first.
Shohei
Otani, yeah.
Shohei Otani. Yeah, Shohei Otani glove, wallet or something, that's kind of neat. One-on-one, nobody has something like that.
Yeah. That's pretty,
keep my
pretty cool
eyes peeled.
Yeah. Sunday, I went to the fifth Sunday at Long Beach.
Fifth Sunday.
Dude, and
do they miss me?
I don't know, maybe. But all I know is I think the fifth Sunday is like my favorite one now.
Really? More than the regular Long Beach?
Yeah, it's just different because there's a lot less vendors, but there's also a lot less people buying. So I feel like you have there's a lot of people that have that generally don't set up there all the time.
Because the misfits.
The misfits.
Gotcha.
So I'll do one show and tell. If you follow me on Instagram,
Absolutely.
you've probably seen it. But this was the coolest thing I bought.
Is that a speak and spell?
This is a Speaking Math.
Speaking math,
But it was they call it.
didn't have that.
I don't think so.
No, ET had the orange speak and spell.
Yeah, this is called the Speaking Math. But as you can see, somebody like took it apart and put this little keyboard and stuff. So it's called. They call it circuit bending.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, the guy that I bought it from, it's like I recognized it right away as like something that circuit bended, and he was like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I was in a band like 20 years ago, and I made it."
Can you fire it up? You got
no,
C batteries?
I need to like plug it in. It was funny because I was like, "Does it work?" And he's like, "Yeah, but it kind of like overheats." So I haven't like really done anything yet. But
okay.
He had another thing that he had made. It wasn't as cool as this though, but he's like, "Oh, it needs like some like cable soldered." And I was like, "Oh, I'm never going to do that."
Yeah, you ain't doing that.
So I just bought this one. But I thought it was cool. I mean, I
yeah,
don't know.
That's cool. That's cool as heck.
Yeah, I want to mess with it. I remember I went to some show like probably 20 years ago. I was like in New York, and there was like a circuit bending like show where people were making music and selling CDs, and it was like this type of stuff. And I was always like interested in it, but I never, I never tried to make anything.
There's a monthly in LA. It's like Cash Out Bass or something. I think it's the last Thursday of every month.
Yeah,
they have like a blip and bass night.
Nice.
Thursday is respect drum and bass night, so I never go to that.
But it was a good Sunday. I bought some good stuff. I did some good buying, and I mean, I saw the regular. I saw Kevin out there. And
which Kevin?
Kevin, your boy.
Kevin Toy Depot.
Kevin Toy Depot.
Yeah, Kevin Toy Depot.
I never know how to say his last name.
Yeah, that's okay. Kevin. I don't even know how to pronounce those. Yeah, I guess. But I just say Kevin Toy Depot.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I mean, it's just there's two Kevins we know, right? There's Kaiju
Pristine,
right?
And then
there's
I
Kevin
didn't
Toy
see
Depot.
Pristine. I don't think I saw Pristine.
And coincidentally, they're both in Whittier, so it's like you can't go use the Whittier reference.
I saw our boy Randy and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, Charlie Fleecon actually will be on
next week, right?
Wednesday,
we're gonna have him back on. He has another show coming up.
Yeah, there's a Fleecon event going on April 12th. That's 2 Saturdays. I guess 2 Saturdays from today, and we'll have more information when he's on next week.
Nice.
Yeah, but usual suspects there.
Yeah, all the usual suspects. All the normies. I mean, the people that you usually would see, but then just less amounts of people. That was good. It was a good day though. It was a fun Sunday. And then what else did I do?
I think when you started your day at that, I was probably still partying in downtown.
Because I got up at like probably 4:45.
Yeah, I got home at like 7:30.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, certified groovers, downtown, warehouse.
Actually, I got up a little
underground house parties.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say like the one thing I've realized about Long Beach too is like I don't need to get there right at 5:30. I've realized, and I actually like getting there like a little bit after like 5:45, 6 because the one thing about Long Beach is they let everybody in at once. They don't let everybody in at once. They like they let people they let all the they basically have the vendors come in at one time, or I don't know how they do it, but it's done in a way where like, you show up there at 5:30 and there's still got to be like 40 cars of people waiting to get in.
Oh, wow.
As far as like vendors.
Right.
So,
you get that too early.
You get that too early. You're kind of just like walking around all crazy. And then like, sometimes it's like either you're going to miss stuff or you're going to buy stuff that you shouldn't really have bought because.
You didn't do that anyway.
Huh?
I'm like, you're going to do that anyway.
No, but it's like, there is, you can make mistakes that early in the morning sometimes. Like if you can't see, it's like you just see something or you think something's better than something else.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah. I don't know. I also don't like to come to the, I don't like to be all stressed at the market. I like to have like a little more like just, I'm there, I'm trying to compete, I'm trying to find stuff, but I'm not trying to be like all crazed. I guess maybe I'm just like talking through.
But you feel like it's like if there's too many people, you feel that way. Is it the amount of people and the hustle and bustle, or No,
I think it's just me. I just think is like it's like I'm the one creating the issue in my own head.
And you feel like you can control it better at that time, or on the 5th.
Well,
Sunday?
if I don't, especially if people are already, if I'm not getting there like right before it opens, then I feel like, what's 15 minutes, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
and then it's like, if I'm going in less stressed, then I'm just going to be less stressed in general. It's more like, okay, whatever because it's like even getting there at 5:45 is still early. Than like when most people get
of
there.
Course.
Most people are getting there like 7:38 or even later.
Yeah, later. Yeah.
So I guess it's like just but PCC is next weekend, or this weekend rather. This Sunday's PCC.
Yeah, I might actually go to that one.
Yeah, which should be, I don't know, PCC is one of my favorites.
Yeah, PCC Long Beach. Yeah, those are the ones
I might
like.
do it. I called them today to see if they had any booths left, but I might not, but we'll see.
I haven't been to a flea in, I want to say, over a month, I think, because the last one I went to, I think, was the Pierce in Topanga.
Oh, when you went with me and Eric?
Yeah, and that was like obviously the 4th. So that was over a month ago.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to PCC. I skipped Rose Bowl, missed Long Beach. Yeah. Oh. I'm out. I'm out of the morning shopping.
Yeah.
But it's like it's hard to do both, and that's why the crowds don't really mix. You don't see flea market people with like nightlife people, right?
Well,
hard to do both.
I always feel like that's like the case with like the Rose Bowl. That's why like a lot of times the Rose Bowl you don't really see the big wave of people coming to like around like 11 or 12. Or there's multiple waves. There's like the early wave, then there's like a wave at kind of at 9, and then there's like a wave at like noon because it's like people are getting up. And
those are the ones that kind of went out the night before, maybe.
Yeah, it's like not. It's I mean, I think for most people, a flea market's like a casual thing. It's not like a job.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends.
I do miss looking for that rare smut. Speaking of spud, June 27th, the next Analog Outlaw show.
Wow, it's coming up. It's gonna come up before we know it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be printing up some Checky Noir one-page zines for that guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna load up that $5 table.
Yeah, I'm getting my $5 table ready, and I think we'll probably have James and Crystal on.
Oh yeah,
before
heck yeah, I can't wait.
I hope everyone goes to like Waltz afterwards, like last year. That was fun.
Why wasn't I there last year after?
Did you have to go somewhere after?
Probably.
Yeah, because I don't think. Wait, you did.
Well, I had Freddie,
but you didn't. I thought you didn't bring him to the.
I did bring him
to Waltz.
I didn't go to Waltz after. Did I have something else going on? But yeah, like after I heard you guys went there, I was like, man, I would like to go. I'm trying to sharpen
or
up
wherever the after or like I just like that idea of having like a little after party.
Absolutely,
because it was cool just to talk to like the other vendors and stuff and ask how people did and because I mean the one thing I love about there's like the other thing I think is awesome about Analog Outlet this year is like James said that they're doing it the whole day.
Right. Rather than starting at like noon or something.
Yeah, instead of like noon to 5, I think it's going to be like 10 to 6 or something. Or
I'm going to show up at 7 a.m. to set up.
Me too.
With an Egg McMuffin. I'll wait 3 hours.
Yeah, we should. We should get there we should get there as early as we can this time.
Get some Courage bagels. I've never been to that spot, but there's always a line.
Oh, yeah. Is that the place right across?
Not right across. It was a place near my brother's house when we were near my Rude Shop over there. Like that line on the corner.
I hope they have tofu cream cheese. It's weird. Like in New York, because everyone knows New York for bagels, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like almost every bagel shop in New York has a tofu cream cheese. Not even like one. They have like they'll have like scallion, sun-dried tomato. But here it's like you might as well be talking like caveman. And when you ask these people,
when was the last time you had tofu cream cheese in New York? Like years ago, right? They had it that long ago.
Yeah, they've had it for years.
It tastes like cream cheese. You can't.
It tastes just like cream cheese.
And it's like probably not even the dense cream cheese. It tastes like the whipped cream cheese, right?
Yeah, it tastes fine. I just don't understand why people out here don't ever. It's like you sometimes you ask like, do you have like vegan cream cheese? They're like,
Maybe it was the spots around here. I'm sure if you go to the west side, you could probably find it.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
I figure there's probably more Jews out there, and then you have like more bagel options.
Maybe, yeah.
Right. I'm not mistaken, right? It's like Happy Passover, by the way, to all who.
Is it? Oh, right, because this Sunday's Easter Sunday too.
Yeah, I'm a man. I'm a man of all cultures.
Because I know somebody. I saw my friend Jim at the market last week at the 5th Sunday, and I was like, I'll see you at PCC, and then he's like, nah, Easter Sunday. And I was like, oh man, I forgot about that. And it wasn't even like, he's like, it's not even the church. I just forget that Easter is like a time when like family gets together.
Yeah.
I was watching, there was some clip. It was funny because I've always known this, but you know, sometimes when you'll like just see like a 2-minute clip online about explaining something.
Yeah.
And this guy was explaining about how basically Coca-Cola invented Santa Claus.
Yeah, you told me about that.
I told you about that.
Yeah.
But this was interesting because it was a longer video, so I was like, I got to hear the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
So the story is that basically they needed a way to get people to drink Coke during the holidays because it was kind of this, it was sort of like marketed as this like refreshing thing that you like drink through the summer. So then they basically they stole like this, they stole like they stole Saint Nick and they made him into this like, you know, jolly.
Yeah.
You know,
they never looked like, he didn't look like the way we
he didn't
envisioned
look
him before,
like it.
right?
And actually, one of the characters they based it on was like, it might have been Saint Nick or it might have been this other guy, but the other guy, like, he was like a thief and he'd be able to like crack his back or something so he could go down the chimney. And so the joke was that, or the thing was that he was like a chimney sweep, but he would go into your chimney and he would like break in there to steal it. But by going in and out, he would like clean the chimney. So the idea was like you weren't mad because at least your chimney got cleaned.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I just want to point out that's how you know we're real East Coasters because we say chimney with 3 syllables.
Oh, really? Is it?
I feel like that's an East Coast thing. We say chimney with like, I feel like most people say like chimney with like 2 syllables.
The other interesting thing.
I'm sorry.
No, it's true. Well, the other interesting thing was that in this little video, which I'm sure is also probably true, was that before, not only did Coca-Cola create Santa Claus, but they kind of also created Christmas.
I thought you were going to say Satan.
Well,
Christmas. Okay.
Well, because before that, no one really celebrated. Easter was the biggest holiday.
Okay.
And also, if you think about it, it was also like, you know, as far as like a Christian holiday, it was like the biggest Christian holiday because I mean, like, you know, whether like being a Christian, like the primary sort of like belief you have to have is that Jesus died on a cross and then 3 days later he was raised from the dead.
That's exactly what it is.
So
that is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm saying that happens in Easter.
Oh,
where
yeah,
like
yeah,
Christmas,
right,
they
right.
kind of had to like, you know, like most people don't, like most scholars like don't even like, they're like, oh yeah, Jesus was born in like July.
Right.
So it's just kind of crazy how like a company could sort of like, you know, through, it's kind of what we were talking about before, but it's like through marketing, this
absolutely.
company was basically able to create this story that now we all, like, we don't even question it. Yeah. You know, we just assume that it's always been, or we just assume, oh yeah, you know, Jesus is the reason for the season. And it's like, if anything, but they're also saying, you know, it was this thing where it's like Hanukkah wasn't that big of a holiday.
Right.
And then because of Christmas, though, because all these people were getting presents, it's like, well, you know, and then like Kwanzaa and all these other things. And so there's all these, so it's just really interesting that like Easter was the holiday that most Americans really.
It makes sense too, because like the weather is better, right?
The weather's better.
Yeah, for
you know.
gatherings and stuff. During Christmas, like, dude, dead of winter.
Oh, I
you know,
know.
like there's not a lot of food. You know, it's like where's your harvest? You know, like I don't know.
It's just interesting when you sort of like, you know, think about like how things sort of become, you know, part of our reality. And
thank you for the story. It makes my cherry Coke taste so much better.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought it was interesting because I remember I saw that video and then I know we had talked about it before, but it was interesting to see the like sort of longer story of that.
I had seen one recently too, but it was about jiangsi, you know, the Chinese hopping vampires.
Bless you.
It was about the origins of the lore, about the migrant workers.
Oh, what was it?
Because it's about like a lot of the migrant workers, like if they would die, like where they were working, like, you know, they want to be buried back at their homes. So they would have priests like carry them on sticks.
Yeah.
And then bring them back to their home. And the way they would walk, it looked like they were hopping, you know? Okay. So there was like all this lore, you know, sprouted from it. It was kind of interesting, kind of a longer reel.
Like what is it you think in the Chinese culture that makes them so afraid of like ghosts or spirits and stuff?
I think every culture is afraid of ghosts and spirits. Every culture has some sort of like supernatural
Really?
story.
But
Yeah, of
I don't know. I
course.
saw something come. Another thing I saw come up, and I don't know how long. I think it was like a few years ago. But
What do
there
you
was
want me to
this.
say? Where Asians are more fearful in general?
I don't know. I'm just
No,
that's
I'm
why
just
I'm
kidding.
asking. But there was this. I saw this thing where people, I guess, like Uber drivers in China were like changing their photo to look like a ghost, so then people would cancel the ride.
I think that's just like a
Urban myth or something.
No, like just like a thing that they made. I don't think it's like an urban legend type thing. I
Right.
think it's like just something that they were doing recently. Like a trendy thing or.
Well, but I
don't know nothing.
I
about
even
it,
know,
though, to
like,
be honest.
with Mishka China, like, when we first started there, like, we were doing like all our heavy graphics and stuff. But then, as things happened, it's like, okay, they can't have anything. It says death. They can't have anything skulls.
It's superstition
superstitious,
and feng
right?
shui and a lot of stuff. Yeah. So there's a lot of that woven in. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. But yeah,
Right.
like the number 4 is bad luck, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
our number 13 kind of.
Gotcha.
There's no 4th floors,
Oh, really? There's no 4th floors in China?
Yeah, like in here, there might not be a 13th floor, right?
Right,
There's no 4th floors.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then like there's lucky numbers like 6 and 8, or like 7 is like I think is like the lover's number or something. This
Right.
weird stuff like that. I don't subscribe too much to it, but I know some of it, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting though when you think about that kind. Yeah, it's just interesting to like as like what kind of
A supernatural superstition,
Yeah.
folk legends and
legends
folklore
and
and stuff
stuff.
like that. Of course.
Yeah.
I'm too much of a chicken ish to do any real research or do any investigating. I don't want to know too much about it, but I know it exists.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever seen a ghost or feel like you have?
No, I mean honestly, that one time I've seen dead people. I've seen dead bodies like
That was crazy.
yeah,
Tell me about that.
like twice. One time I went into your toy room when you had it at your house before, and I got like a bad wave of like, because I was going in there all like, oh, let's check out some weird haunted stuff, and it was just like, like I felt the fear, dude.
Really?
It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
was
look, I
years
think
ago.
I think
But there was some bad juju or something.
yeah, I don't really believe in any of that, but
I don't believe it, but like I know what I feel.
look,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
definitely
Like when you
look,
feel certain things, you're like, dude, that was not right.
I think there's definitely unexplainable things, and I do think that you can I think there's like energy can be disrupted,
yes.
or like I think things can potentially carry certain energies with it.
Yes.
So I mean, I guess that's more so than most
Yeah.
people, but
Yeah.
I have like no way to prove it. But
It's nothing to prove. It's just what I feel. That's all I
Yeah.
taught,
well, no, I mean, like the only time I really had a like haunted house situation was like I was living at this place called the Hippie Hole during one of my summers in Florida when I was at UCF. And,
Shout out to the Hippie Hole.
the Hippie
in,
Hole.
Florida. What city?
Orlando.
Orlando, Florida.
And I remember
The
we
Hippie
had a
Hole.
house show, and because I always I'd never lived in a house, and I wanted to have a house show. And I remember we moved everything out of the living room to have this like a punk show like in the house. I'm just saying, like if it's like basically like that. And we moved everything into this girl's room who had like moved out. Or she was out. She had moved out for the summer. She was like, she was like
you had
trying to rent
space
her
in there
room.
for storage.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I remember it was like summertime, and it was Florida. And then after the show, like things just weird things started happening around the house. But the biggest thing, the craziest thing was like the girl's name was Janessa. Like if you went into Janessa's room, right, where we had moved all the furniture, like the temperature would get like ice cold and like all the hair would start to like stand up on your arms. And it was one of those situations where it's like anyone that came over, I would tell them like, go in the room and tell me what you feel. And they felt the same thing.
Yeah.
And
right?
that was like, and then there was other weird things like the cats were freaking out and
Well, that's because they're cats.
yeah. And then before that, like but then like the girl, I remember like the girl Janessa like talking to her after it happened or something, and she was saying that like in the 80s or something, like somebody had been like murdered in the house, and then
It's always something like that.
the hippies got mad at me because I moved everything, and so I must have disturbed something. So I definitely think
the hippies that live there, or
yeah, because basically they were like they were all of them except one was or maybe all. Yeah, I think all of them except the one like went to like live in the woods for a summer or something. And so all the hippies had like moved out for the summer, so they were like renting their rooms to people.
Wow.
And
what do you eat when you live in the woods for a year?
I don't know,
Like
stir fry.
Grubs? Stir fry.
I mean, you still like.
There's a Panda Express in the middle of the woods.
I don't think they're not like. It's not like Naked and Afraid, where they just like show up with like.
Paint me the picture. I'm just trying to get an idea. So I mean, they can still go to get.
Well, I think they were going to things like the Rainbow Gathering and like stuff like that.
Okay,
where it's like you bring you
trust
it's like,
fund hippies.
Well, I think like aren't all hippies were kind of like
trust fund, kind of.
Yeah, like most hippies were just like white people that like just were like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna go against the system.
Hey, I'm not talking about their ethnicity. No,
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's
it's
exactly
like
what
like white people like they love to like they want to feel some oppression, so they kind of create it for themselves.
Hey, message to all you white people. You don't need to self-oppress yourself. Come talk to me. I'll help you out.
Well, that was like, there's a lot of reason why like people would say like a lot of the people that would become vegan were like white people or the ones that become vegan, because it was like the first like, the first time you could really understand oppression because it's like on your plate. You know what I mean? It's like the first time you'd be like, oh my God, that was like a living animal and like, so, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, that's a whole other.
It's a whole nother podcast.
It's a whole other podcast. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to the summer, though. I think.
Yeah, always. We just got into spring. The weather is so nice. I can't wait to see more. More women on the dance floor this summer. That's all my mind's. It's my new hobby, man. That's like all I want to do is go dancing, man. Yeah, I'm down. So what else we got planned? Do we talk about our trip tomorrow or no? Or
our secret trip?
Yeah. Okay. So we won't talk about our secret trip.
We're doing a secret buying trip.
Yeah,
it's not that much secret.
We'll talk about it next
afterwards.
Week.
Let's see if we find anything. And then,
but keyword is Del Taco. I'll just throw it out in there. Keyword is
also. I did tell you the story that the guy that I'm going to buy stuff from says that he lives in the hood, and he said that, but his neighbors like him because the last time the police came over, he started shooting at them.
Oh, okay. Okay, his neighbors like him because he shot at the cops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It kind of scared me a little bit, but I was just like, yeah, bro, I'm like easy, Yeah.
Well, hopefully,
hopefully we don't have to.
Hopefully, we won't get any heat.
Get any heat. Yeah. Hopefully everything works out okay. But yeah, Del Taco is a good key if anyone knows.
Throw a keyword.
Throw a keyword. It used to be In and Out for me when I used to come visit, but now it's Del Taco.
Yeah. Anything else this weekend?
I mean, PCC, I think Saturday I'm probably I need to work around the house. I've been like putting some stuff off. But
yeah. I think
I don't know if I'm sure there's something. There's always something going on.
Yeah, maybe Respect tonight, Respect tomorrow night, drum and bass. Into the Woods, Theo Parrish, house music Friday night, and 4-year anniversary of Sunday sessions this Sunday, 6 till midnight.
Wow,
check them out. Yeah,
sounds fun.
Great party. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just parties are fun. It's just like as long as you could sit down. Are there places to sit?
Oh man. I mean, the location I was at was like some sort of speakeasy bar type, outdoor patio. And that's the first place I got there. There's a patio, people all around. And I found just a comfortable patio chair and, smoked a cigarette, vaped a little bit. And then I went inside, checked out the dance floor,
That's fun.
Beautiful European women dancing like the whole night. I'm telling you, there's places like I'm living, man.
Yeah.
It's a celebration of life.
Yeah, didn't you say one of the like women bumped into you?
Dude, yeah, I was dancing. I was there, just minding my business. This lady bumped into me on purpose. I think, trying to get my attention, but homie, don't play that.
I like that. You're hard to get.
Yeah, you have to do a little bit more something than that. I'm not just out to,
You're not
what
just
I'm going to turn around and be like, excuse me.
Right,
I'm like, nah, that ain't me. I'll be like, yo.
What if she said? What she said, there ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Be like, all right, R. Kelly. You can call me P. Diddy.
Maybe not, but
we'll see. A guy can dream, right?
A guy can dream.
Yeah, but
Is anybody commenting? I don't know. Just thinking if there's any
we
comments.
had Joe in
West
here. I
Coast.
don't know who else is in here, but yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
Peter Thiel, Palantir, Canadian truck drivers who got locked out of the bank accounts pressing the jabs. CBDC is coming. Yeah, it's all true. It's all true.
I ain't afraid. It's not gonna affect me, man. As long as there's music and beautiful women, we can dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be. It's an interesting time, man. It's an interesting time to be alive. So, I guess if you have the opportunity to spend time with your family, do it though. That's the thing. I was like, oh man, I would skip the flea market to go hang out with my family.
Wow. Wow, making me feel weird because I'm like, I skipped the flea market to do other things. But I mean, my dad's coming beginning of May. I'll see him for a little bit, I should maybe take a trip out there and visit them.
I mean, honestly, I'd probably do both.
Yeah.
If I had any place to go on Easter Sunday, I would probably be like, all right, well, it's not going to happen till after, I'm done at the flea market usually at 9:30 anyway.
Yeah.
So
I've been talking to Topo. Yeah, I mean, I've been talking to Topo a lot recently, and it's like, man, signs are pointing to Mexico City, so hopefully we can get to Mexico.
Yeah, dude,
soon.
that sounds cool, man. I really want to check out Mexico City. I've always
do some of that, and
thought it was cool.
He's been to a lot of places. I was talking about, I guess he tattooed our old Mishka buddy Serge the other day, and he's like, Serge is spending a lot of time out in Germany, and Topo was like, yeah, I want to go to Germany. We can go there. He knows people out there. So
yeah, I like Berlin. I've been to Berlin a few times.
I have never been, but I heard they got great techno and there's a lot of tall people.
Oh, dude, if you like to, I remember one time I went to Berlin. There was a party that started like Friday night and ended like Monday morning. I mean, I wasn't there the whole time, but at some point at like Sunday morning, I went and it was like kind of crazy.
And guess what that's for? That's for dancing with European women, man. It's like, come on. It's the best.
Yeah. I mean, just, if they're a peeing.
In the bath? No, if you're American, when you're at the bathroom. When you go in and outside, yeah. But, there's your April Fool's joke.
That's a good April Fool's joke.
So.
I don't know if there was, I was like hoping that I read one funny April Fool's joke, and I just couldn't find anything that like made me laugh.
Well,
maybe maybe I wasn't looking hard enough, or maybe the world's so messed up I was like couldn't tell if it was like a joke or not. Like sometimes like things were like so you're like, is that a joke or is that a joke?
I don't know. I had heard a great joke. It was an older one. It's kind of a toilet joke, but I'll tell it. It's about three old guys at a convalescent home, and they're sitting around at the table, and one guy's talking about, man, I wish I could go number one. I can't go number one at all. It's horrible, blah, 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 and they're like agreeing with him, whatever. The second guy's like, man, I wish you could go number two. Like, number one is no problem. I can't go number two, blah, blah, blah. They're complaining. Third guy's like, I have no problem going number one. Every day, every morning, 6:30, go number one, no problem. They're like, all right. And it's like, 6:40, I go number two every morning, no problem. Number one, number two, no problem, And so they're looking at him and it's like, all right, so, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with you? And he's like, well, the problem is I get out of bed at 6:45. All right, thank you.
Wait.
I had to work on that one a little bit.
Why does it gotta be three guys? Oh, to set up the 1 and 2?
I guess I'm not good at telling jokes. I don't know. I heard the joke I heard of three guys.
That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Yeah, because you gotta set up like one guy's like, I can't get number one, I can't get number two. Like I do 1 and 2, but I don't get up till so I'm doing it. So like he's shitting his bed.
It's an old joke. I think it was like a Walter Matthau and Johnny Carson or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're saying convalescent home, that means it's an old joke. Because I don't think anyone says that anymore.
I do all the time.
You say convalescent?
Yeah. Because there's different levels. There's assisted, unassisted, convalescent.
So convalescent is just like kind of like
a little step, a little more advanced than assisted living, yeah. And then like it goes even deeper to hospice and like other.
Oh wait, so convalescent is like
setting up
more assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just it's deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Things to look forward to for us. If we ever make it.
No, I don't think I'm going to make it that long.
Please.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be. See, here's the problem. I was thinking about this. Like, I think the people that don't want to, like, not that I don't want to live, but I'm saying the people that are like the most depressed, that like, don't want to live, are like the ones that live the longest.
Yes. It's the John Wick. If you cling to death, you live.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Those who cling to life die. Those who cling to death live.
Okay. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
No, don't think about it, man.
No, it's better just not to think about it.
Yeah, think
Better
about the next Ike
think
sandwich.
about
Think about the next house
Ike's.
music party.
Like Homer. Ugh.
Well, I don't know. Should we?
Yeah, I mean that was an hour. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully people enjoyed it. It was a little different this time, but we'll.
It's just a conversation.
It's just a
Greg.
conversation.
It's just a conversation,
man.
like always.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us at the Fun Shop. Remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah,
hit the
like
bell
always.
button so you know when we go live. And everyone have a happy Passover, happy Easter, and just a
rest
happy
of your
weekend.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah, and rest of your April Fool's Day. April Fools!
Peace out, guys. We love you.
It's not over yet. April Fools!